Wholesale real estate is the perfect investment strategy for aspiring and active investors in New Hampshire. And in this video, I'm going to break down step by step how to wholesale real estate in New Hampshire using the same MLS-based system that we use every single day to close deals consistently without having to spend a dollar in marketing. Hey, I'm Alex Martinez, founder of realestateskills.com, and over the last decade, I've helped thousands of investors to get started wholesaling and flipping houses using the MLS. And be sure to download all of our resources for building hyper-profitable wholesaling and flipping businesses in your market in the description down below. So first off, what is wholesaling real estate? Wholesaling is a real estate strategy where you secure a property under contract at a discounted price, and then you sell your contractual rights to another buyer, typically a fix and flipper, for a profit. And the most common way that this is done is through something called an assignment of contract. Now, here's a simple example of an assignment of contract. Let's say you find a distressed property for sale at $600,000 and you negotiate a purchase agreement with the seller for $570,000. Now, instead of closing on the property, you assign this contract that you have to buy the property to a fix and flip investor for $600,000. So now this new buyer, they pay the original seller $570,000 and you get paid $30,000, the wholesale fee for assigning the contract rights, that difference there. So this is wholesaling real estate in a nutshell in New Hampshire. And now let's dive through the exact 7-step process so you can start doing this in New Hampshire as well. So step number 1 to wholesaling real estate in New Hampshire is first off picking your market. So when you're just getting started wholesaling real estate, I don't recommend trying to wholesale real estate 10 states over across the country to a place you've never been to before. That's what a lot of amateurs do. I actually recommend starting in your local market because New Hampshire is a phenomenal place to start wholesaling. So for example, if you're located in Manchester, start in your entire county and even the surrounding counties. And if you're in Nashua or Concord or Dover or anywhere else in New Hampshire, just start where you live. And the reasoning is very simple. You already know more than you think you know about your local market. You know which areas are good, which areas are bad, where development's happening, and where demand is moving. And being local gives you an advantage because you can drive to properties, you can meet with agents, you can meet with sellers, you can meet with buyers, you can build these relationships and move with confidence. So start in your local county and surrounding counties first. Let's not overthink it. Some people in New Hampshire might be saying, man, this market's too small. All we do, if we say our market's too small, all you need to do is expand that market, okay? So make sure you just expand your market to your county, surrounding counties, and potentially the whole state. And there's gonna be more than enough deals for you to wholesale and flip in New Hampshire. All right, so we didn't overthink picking our market. We're starting in our own backyard. Now step 2 to wholesaling real estate successfully is gonna be finding local and quality and trustworthy cash buyers. Now these are real estate investors, typically fix and flippers. They're our favorite to work with because they're buying multiple deals per month for cash and actively looking for these properties every single month. And you want to understand what they buy, where they buy, and how quickly that they can close. Now, one of the fastest and simplest ways to find cash buyers in New Hampshire is what I call the Google Ninja trick. So all you need to do is go to Google and type in phrases like sell my house fast for cash Manchester or we buy houses fast Nashua. And what will happen in the search results, the organic search results, is that you'll start to see investors who are spending money on marketing because they want motivated sellers to go to their website, which tells you that they're potentially real cash buyers that you can work with. Now, be sure to only click on the organic search results and not the advertisements because these investors pay for those and they won't like that. But you'll also begin to start seeing reviews of flipping companies that you can click, you can find their phone number and give them a call immediately. And I actually have a step-by-step guide on even more search terms you can use to find local quality cash buyers. And you can grab that at realestateskills.com/Google. So you can always find cash buyers, any city, any state across the nation. Be sure to grab that. Now, another effective method and pretty simple method for finding cash buyers is going to Craigslist. So simply just go to Craigslist.org, select your city and search for phrases like sell my house fast cash or we buy houses. And you'll find ads from these investors who are already looking for deals. Now, as mentioned, once you find the cash buyers, you then have to talk to them and get their cash buying criteria of what and where they like to buy, so you can then go find the exact deals that they want. And one last powerful way to find cash buyers in New Hampshire is simply by attending RIAs, which are Real Estate Investor Association meetings. And these are local meetups where active investors show up to network, to learn, and to find deals. And RIAs are filled with fix and flippers, landlords, and private investors who are already looking to buy properties for cash. Now, when you go to these meetings, you don't have to pitch anything fancy, you don't have to blow minds. You simply introduce yourself as someone who's finding discounted deals and ask these investors what they're currently looking for. And this is one of the fastest and easiest ways to build real relationships with buyers because you're meeting them face to face. And for myself and for my students, we found that that some of our best buyers, our best relationships have came from going to RIA meetings, just showing up, shaking hands, and then following up with them. And chances are, if you see a cash buyer at a RIA or multiple RIAs, chances are they're very serious about investing and serious about buying your deals. So it's a great starting point for you if you need to find cash buyers. And if you'd like to, you can actually grab my free cash buyer script for talking to these cash buyers like a pro from day one. So you don't come off as an amateur, you don't waste anyone's time, and you ask the right questions so that you can find the exact deals that they want. You can bring them to them, and so that they pay you the largest wholesale fees possible. So if you want to grab my script for free, just go to realestateskills.com/cashbuyerscript, and I'll put that in the description down below as well. Now that we found cash buyers, it's time for step 3, which is finding deals on the MLS. And this is where the MLS offer system really starts to shine. So the MLS, it stands for the Multiple Listing Service, and it's the database of every single property that's actively for sale in your market. And it's the most powerful tool when it comes to wholesaling and flipping real estate when you know how to use it correctly. And the biggest mistake that beginners make all the time with the MLS is that they treat every house that's for sale the same. Now, what's very important to understand is that we're not interested in retail-ready homes that can be bought with a mortgage. We, as wholesalers, we're specifically looking for distressed properties that need to be purchased all cash, because these properties must go to investors, and we have to think, why not you? Why not you as a wholesaler or fix and flipper? So let me walk you through exactly how we do this on a day-to-day basis. Now, one of my favorite strategies for finding deals on the MLS is called the Day Zero strategy. The Day Zero strategy means you're looking at listings that have hit the market within the last 24 hours. And these are brand new listings, and speed is everything here. Now, to do this, you want to log into the MLS through your agent and filter for properties that are active and for sale and that are either listed today or yesterday, really within that 24-hour time gap. Now, once you pull up those listings, your job is to quickly scan them and eliminate anything that looks retail ready. Now, what you're looking for are clear signs of distress. This might be outdated interiors, outdated exteriors, poor photos, deferred maintenance, or language in the description that suggests the property needs work and must be sold for all cash. Now, the reason the Day Zero strategy works so well is because these properties, they often need to sell very quickly. And if you can be the first investor to call a listing agent and submit a reasonable and quality offer, you can often get the deal under contract simply because you showed up early. Now, over the years, we and our students have locked up dozens and dozens and dozens of properties using the Day Zero strategy for one simple reason. We were first, and we gave the agent and seller an offer that they could actually work with. So don't sleep on our number one strategy. Now, number 2, the second strategy we love using is targeting older listings. These are properties that have been sitting on the market for 60 days or more. And when a property sits that long, something usually isn't working. Maybe the price was too high, maybe the seller's heads were in the clouds, maybe the seller was unrealistic, or maybe the seller's situation has just changed now over time. Now, this is where motivation actually builds. When you can call the real estate agent on an older listing, you want to understand what's been holding this property back from selling and whether the seller is now open to an investor offer. And very often, the sellers are far more flexible now for investor offers than when they first hit the market. So the strategy is amazing in addition to the Day Zero strategy. And a third MLS strategy is keyword searches. This is where you can use the MLS search bar to look for specific words that agents include in their descriptions that signal distressed. So words like cash only, investor's dream, investor special, fixer upper, needs TLC. A lot of these words indicate that a property needs that work and won't qualify for traditional financing. Now, by searching these keywords, I kind of look at this strategy as definitely use the Day Zero strategy, the older listing strategy, but this allows you to find properties that slip through the cracks, and it allows the MLS to do the heavy lifting for you. And these properties that have these keywords in their description will then come to the surface. And here's one of the most important things to understand about the MLS. All of these leads, all these properties are active and for sale. These are not cold leads. These are warm and hot leads. These are leads where the sellers have raised their hand and have said, I'm motivated to sell right now and I'm open to offers. And the agents are actively looking for buyers too. And that's why agents pick up the phone when you call. You're not interrupting them, you're bringing them a solution. And real estate agents only get paid when the deal closes, so they are as incentivized as you and me to get the deal done. Now, if you consistently use the Day Zero strategy, you combine it with the older listing strategy and the keyword searches, and you only focus on distressed properties that need to go all cash, you will never ever run out of wholesale deals that you can close consistently each and every month. And once you find a property that fits this criteria, the next step is to now call the listing agent and move the deal forward. And the MLS makes this pretty simple because the real estate agent's phone number and their email is listed right on the property description. Now, your goal in this call is to confirm that the property is truly distressed and that it makes sense for an investor and to understand the seller's motivation. Now we call this call the discovery call because you're discovering the repairs needed. You're discovering the seller's timeline. You're discovering the price flexibility and what the agent believes the property could sell for after all repairs are done. And if you want to be a pro from day one and know exactly how to talk to these real estate agents, you can grab my free script at realestateskills.com/discovery, and I'll put that in the description down below as well. Now, once you get this script, be sure to practice it and literally use it so that you can get all the necessary information from the real estate agent for the next most important step. Now it's time for step number 5, which is analyzing the deal. And this is where most wholesalers either make money or miss their opportunities. So when we analyze a deal, you're really answering one question. What is the maximum price I can get this property under contract for and still leave enough room for the cash buyer to make money and for me to get paid a wholesale fee? So to do this, we need a few numbers. We need the after repair value, the repair costs, we need our desired wholesale fee, and then we're able to get our maximum allowable offer that allows our cash buyer to get their desired fix and flip profit. Let me walk you through an example. Let's say we're looking at a property in New Hampshire and the comparable properties tell us the after repair value is $400,000. Well, after talking with the agent and walking through the property, we then estimate that the repairs are $40,000. Next, we decide on our wholesale fee, and a very fair starting point for most deals is $10,000, $15,000, even $20,000. So let's use $20,000 in this example. And so here's the math to break down a maximum allowable offer. We take the ARV of $400,000, multiply that by 70%, and that gives us $280,000. Next, we subtract the repairs. So remember those were $40,000, subtract that from $280,000, and now we have $240,000. Then we subtract our wholesale fee. So $240,000 minus $20,000 wholesale fee, that puts us at $220,000. And what are we left with? We're then left with $220,000, and this is our maximum allowable offer. And if we want a strong chance of being able to wholesale this deal all day and getting paid, this is the number that we need to submit an offer at, 220, using this simple rule. Now, here's a quick little pro tip on this. If you want to be more competitive and get more offers accepted, you can use 80% of the ARV in this formula instead of 70%. And this will allow you to offer 10% higher on all of your offers, which makes a huge difference when there's multiple investors involved submitting offers. Allows you to be out the competition more often than not. And the key here when analyzing properties is to know when to be conservative and when to be aggressive based on the deal and the seller's motivation. Now, additionally, here's the reality. If you really want to be a pro at this game, you don't want to be guessing. You don't want to be using paper napkin math, elementary formulas, especially if you're sending offers consistently. This 70% rule, 80% rule that I gave you right here, this is great for breaking it down in a YouTube video, but what I want to give you is my actual wholesale and flip deal calculator that lets you plug in your numbers and know exactly where to offer. So I'm not talking about rough formulas, I'm talking about getting all of your numbers down to the cent. So what does this mean? This allows you to have accurate numbers and to get the largest wholesale fees possible. And this is a wholesale and flip calculator. So it's my goal that you're not just solely wholesaling forever. Right, today we wholesale, we fix and flip, we invest in rental properties. This is the calculator that can help you graduate and evolve as a real estate investor. So if you want the exact calculator we use for wholesale and fix and flips, just go to realestateskills.com/calculator. You can get it for free. All right, now it's time for step 6, which is submitting offers and negotiating. Arguably one of the most important steps because you cannot get a deal under contract unless you submit an offer. So our goal here is to submit clean and professional investor-friendly offers that real estate agents are comfortable presenting to their sellers. Now, in most cases, a strong wholesaling offer includes a short inspection period and a fast closing timeline. A 7-day inspection period and a 14-day close are also very common and make your offer much more attractive, especially to sellers that need certainty and speed. Now, when it comes to the earnest money deposit, also known as the EMD, this is something that a lot of beginners misunderstand. So let me break it down. The earnest money deposit is a good faith deposit that shows the seller you're serious about buying the property, and it's typically due within 72 hours of getting the property under contract. Now, in many New Hampshire markets, the EMD can range anywhere from $500 to a few thousand to $10,000, depending on the price of the property and what's customary in that area. Now, here's what's important to understand about EMDs. As long as your contract includes an inspection contingency, that earnest money deposit is usually refundable during that inspection time period frame. And this inspection period gives you the ability to inspect the property, to line up a buyer and make sure that the deal works without taking any unnecessary risk. And this is why I always recommend at least including a 7-day inspection contingency on all the deals that you submit, so you always have a clean backout clause if the deal doesn't work out or pass your inspection. Now, another key part of submitting professional offers is including a proof of funds, and this is documentation that shows you have access to the money needed to purchase the property, and it will dramatically increase your credibility with listing agents. Now, if you want to learn how to get a free and fast proof of funds, then you can check that out for free at realestateskills.com/proof, and I'll put that in the description down below. Now, when agents see clean terms in your offers, realistic timelines, a reasonable earnest money deposit, and a proof of funds, they generally take you seriously and are far more likely to present your offer to the seller in a positive way because you now have succeeded in sending a professional quality offer. And the last thing I'll say about offers is this: always be a solutions provider. If the seller needs more time to close, then adjust your closing date. If they need help with logistics, be flexible. The cleaner and more accommodating your offer is, the more likely you're going to win. All right, now we covered offers. Let's go to step 7, which is closing the deal. This is my favorite part for you, for me, because this is where we get paid. And this is where the transaction is finalized and the contract is assigned to the end buyer, and you get paid your wholesale fee. Now, what's important to understand about New Hampshire is that it is an attorney closing state. And this means that sometimes in other states, we have traditional title and escrow setups that handle closing, but a real estate closing attorney is usually running the closing process in New Hampshire, coordinating all the documents, settlement statement, and the transfer of funds. So what happens during this time is this: the cash buyer is going to close on the property. The seller is going to get their money from the cash buyer closing on the property. The closing attorney is going to coordinate all the paperwork so that the deal closes cleanly and professionally. And then you, as the wholesaler, get paid your wholesale fee for assigning the contract rights. So in this scenario, the seller gets their money from the cash buyer buys the property, and you get paid a $20,000 wholesale fee check. So congratulations, you did it. We walked through the 7 steps to wholesaling successfully in New Hampshire. And when wholesaling this specific way, you didn't have to put $1 into the deal. You didn't have to spend $1 in marketing to get this deal because you worked smarter, not harder, and you went after the active distressed listings that are right there on the market in your area. So great job. Now, the next most common question we get all the time is wholesaling real estate legal in New Hampshire? And yes, wholesaling real estate is legal in New Hampshire when you wholesale the right way, but it comes down to what you're actually selling and marketing. And let me give you a quick example. Is it illegal to drive on the wrong side of the road into head-on traffic? Yeah, that's wrong. You can hurt someone. Is it illegal to drive under the speed limit on the right side of the road? No, that's completely fine, right? That's safe. So we want to make sure we're doing things the safe way, the right way, because anything can be illegal if you do it the wrong way. Now, next, here's the key distinction I want you to understand. As a wholesaler, you are not selling a house. You are selling your equitable interest in a contract. Once a property is under contract, you own the rights to that contract, and those rights can be assigned if the contract allows it. This equitable interest is what you're legally allowed to market. Where people get into trouble is when they try and market the house, the property itself, as if they own it, or they advertise the house for sale as if they are a real estate agent, and so they're acting as an agent without a license. This is where you cross the line. But if you clearly understand and market your contractual rights, your equitable interest, and you're transparent that you do not own the property, then you're operating correctly. You're driving on the right side of the road. And this is one of the reasons why the MLS offer system works so well. You're not pretending to be an owner. You're working through licensed real estate agents. You're working on real written contracts that everyone uses in the area, and you're assigning your equitable interest to another investor. So remember this rule. If you market the house, if you advertise the house, that's what a real estate license is for. But if you market your equitable interest that you can assign, this is fine, and you do not need a real estate license. And this is what we do as wholesalers. So stay transparent, use the proper language, use real contracts, and understand this distinction. Now you can confidently wholesale in New Hampshire today and for years to come. Now listen, information alone isn't going to change our life, but execution will. And now you understand how wholesaling works in New Hampshire. The people who are actually going to get paid are the ones who take this knowledge and turn it into real written offers, accepted contracts, and closed deals. This is how we get paid through wholesaling real estate. And that's exactly why I created free training that shows you how to execute this process using the MLS and the same system that we use with our students across the country. Now in this free training, I break down number 1, how to find deals on demand using the MLS, because anyone can access the 1.88 million houses for sale, How do we find and filter the correct ones? Which ones do we go after? That's one of the most important key parts. Number 2 is how do we analyze these deals effectively and quickly and accurately and efficiently, right? Most people just spend hours and days trying to analyze 1, 2, 3, 4 properties. Instead, we do it in about 15 minutes. A very important skill set. And 3, how to close with buyers, cash buyers, who are ready to pay real wholesale fees. So if you're serious about doing your first deal or your next deal, don't just watch another YouTube video. Definitely check out our free training at realestateskills.com/training. You'll get the full walkthrough. You'll see the case studies for everyone doing this across the nation. And I'll put a link in the description down below too. No pressure, no obligation, just clarity, confidence, and a real path forward. This is Alex Martinez with realestateskills.com. Happy wholesaling in New Hampshire. I'll see you in the next one.